Hello, in today's video we are going to do a full face of Glossier makeup. So Glossier has come out and also discontinued quite a few products since my last full face. So I thought this would be a perfect time to do a full face and sort of get ready with me because Black Friday is around the corner, in which you get 20% off, well, historically at least, 20% off Glossier products. It's usually the only time they have a sale where they discount all of their products, including bundles. So if you get bundled sets, you even get a better discount on products. So it's still one of the products or brands that I get asked a lot of questions about. So I am going to do a get ready with me using, the products that I would recommend basically purchasing during the sale. I have a lot of Glossier products in front of me right now. I will say though that this is not a sponsored video and nothing that I'm going to feature and talk about in this video was sent to me. So I ordered and paid for everything myself. So just to put that disclaimer out there. As always, there will be timestamps down below so that you can navigate through this video however you choose. So let's get started. Of course, I had to pick up the Glossier, I think they call this the makeup bag, beauty bag. It does come in a set wherein you get a couple of different products, but I just picked up the bag itself because I actually had all products that essentially came with the set. And you know what? I actually quite like this for traveling. I've used it a few times for some work trips that I've been on, and it fits like a good amount of products. I mean, I don't really wear a lot of makeup nowadays when I'm at work because of the mask thing, but it fit pretty much my everyday essentials and then most of my skincare. And I also really I have products in here, so I can't really show you, but it does have this removable insert in here too, which is nice because then you can just take it out and plop it on the counter. Let's start with the skin, and I actually have a whole video on the Glossier Skin Tint and the Stretch Concealer. This is the Perfecting Skin Tint and the Stretch Concealer. I actually have a whole other video on that, and I think I released it around the time when they actually expanded their shade range. So I believe Glossier used to only have 4 shades. It was like light, medium, deep, and dark. Something like that. And then they expanded to 12 shades. And yeah, so if you want to learn more about these new shades and the different shades I've tried out, then I will refer you to that video, which I will link here. But this is a really great base. I've gone through a couple of bottles of this, and yeah, I really enjoy it. So before I was using, I believe, Deep, and obviously it was like a little bit too dark for me, but at the same time medium was too light, so I just went with like a slightly deeper shade. It kind of just gave me a little bit more of a tan look. But when they released their expanded shade range, I fell a lot better into G7, which is I think a medium tan, medium deep shade. Don't forget to shake these up before you use it. As you can hear, probably, it's a very liquidy product, and it does not cover up imperfections on your skin. The best way I can describe it is that it enhances your skin, but without actually covering anything up. So I'm just going to apply that all over. I don't have any other makeup on my face right now. I just have some moisturizer and some sunscreen. I have 2 shades of concealer here. I have Dark, which has now been renamed to G6, and then G7. I've actually been using Dark for the concealer. I feel like G7 does work a little bit better for me, but I'm just trying to use this one up. So the Stretch concealers are very creamy. They're a very, I guess I would say, dewy, kind of glowy finish for a concealer. And again, you can use your fingers to blend it in. I usually roughly blend it in with the fingers, and then I go over my face with a brush. The Stretch Concealer is not so great for spot concealing. I don't really love it for spot concealing. I feel like it's a little bit too dewy for that, but if you do need to, you can. And you can actually also use this all over the face if you want a more medium coverage, because I would say the skin tint is definitely kind of a light coverage, but if you want more of a medium coverage, you can bump it up with the concealer. case anyone is wondering what I'm listening to, I'm listening to the new Taylor Swift Red album. It's sort of new, but not new. It's the same lyrics, but slightly different music. So I have worn both the stretch concealer and the skin tint on my face with makeup or more makeup over it, like blush and bronzer and all that kind of stuff, without setting it with any powder. But for the purposes of this video, I will set with the Wowder from Glossier. So this is, again, it's like the old numbering system. So this is light medium, which I think they had 3 shades and they expanded to 5. So I'll have to do a bit of research to see which one this one equates to. I'm just going to do a little bit. And yeah, I do feel like this mattifies the skin a little bit, but it does not dry or feel drying on the skin, which I like. I don't love a powder that really feels like a powder on the skin. I'm sure many of you will agree. It's not comfortable and I just don't like that feeling. So this one doesn't do that, which is nice. So let's do some eyes. Now, Glossier has a few different eye products. They have 3 actually, and I have all 3 types in front of me right now. So they originally came out with these, which are probably one of my favorite kind of like no fuss kind of products. But it is the Lidstar, which are basically just shimmery cream eyeshadows. They actually released 2 new shades over, I believe, the summer, and they are Bun and Branch, which are like the perfect neutrals. Like you have more of like a deep bronze and then kind of a gold, and I love them. I wore them a lot over the summer and I just love how sparkly and glittery they are, and they're so easy, and I just really enjoyed them. Actually on me they wear pretty well. I mean, I still usually put a primer under them and I do get a little bit of creasing at the end of the day, but it's nothing major. Then they came out with the Skywash, which is like a matte version of the Lidstar. So they come with these like doe foot applicators. All the shades are very earthy. There was like a bright kind of highlighter green color and then this blue. And then the rest are earth tones, which are also nice, and they're all neutrals, and I have, I think, pretty much all of the neutral shades that they came out with. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually use this as a primer because I do find that they set really well. And once they're on the lid, they're pretty much there, and there's very minimal creasing. And then my favorite eye product release from Glossier is probably this, which is their Monochromes eyeshadow trio. So I like them because I, like, whenever I have a palette and they have different shades in there, I'm not artistic enough to figure out which shades go with which, and I usually just gravitate to similarly toned shades. So this pretty much takes the guesswork out of everything. So each palette is a color family, and it's basically that color family but in 3 different finishes. So you have a matte finish, a monochrome, or not a monochrome, a satin finish, which is a little bit more of a, you know, a sheen to it, and then you have a metallic finish, which is super sparkly and shimmery. I also really like these because these are refillable, so you can actually pop these palettes out, and instead of buying the whole new product with the casing and everything, you can just pop this out. So I'm thinking during the Black Friday sale, I'll probably just buy the refills because I'm sure it comes in some sort of, you know, packaging that I can just keep it in, and if I ever want to travel with it, I can just pop it into one of these. So I'm going to use the Monochromes today. I have Almond and Teak. So Teak is more of kind of a dark brown, a warm dark brown kind of palette, and then Almond is more of a rosy brown. So I am gonna go for Teak today. I'm actually going to put a little bit of the Skywash in Palm down, just a little bit. Again, it's just to act more of a primer because Glossier doesn't have a primer. I would normally use the NARS, what is it, smudge proof eyeshadow base, but since this is a Glossier video, I'm going to try to use as many Glossier products as I can. The Skywashes, some of them are definitely more pigmented than others. This one's actually quite a light shade. I'm going to put all 3 shades on my eyes today. The shade blends really well into my skin tone. So I'm gonna go in with the satin finish now. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of the metallic shade on my inner corner. So Glossier does have an eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner. It's called the Pro Tip, which I do have. I'm not a fan of liquid eyeliner, probably because I'm not good at it. So I'm just gonna skip that product. I am gonna use the Lashslick though, which is one of my favorite mascaras. And I will say that it's definitely on the natural side. So it doesn't really give you that long or full looking lashes, but it wears well for me. I never have to worry about it transferring or anything, so it's definitely one of my go-tos. If you want more of a more intense version of this mascara, I would highly recommend the Hourglass one. It's called the Unlimited, I think, mascara, which is this almost similar formulation in the sense that it is a tubing mascara, but it just, I don't know, it just thickens the lashes a little bit more. So for the cheeks, we're going to do some of the bronzer and some of the blushes. So Glossier launched their Solar Paint over the summer. I think I have already uploaded a video on that, which I will link here in case you want to see all of the shades in action. But I am just going to use a little bit of Ray and Flare, which are the two lighter shades. And you can apply these with your fingers. I always just prefer to use a brush. It's just my preference. And I do like to mix the bronzers together just because, I don't know, I like the way that looks. I like to use these Real Techniques brushes. They're the Instapop brushes, and yeah, they work really well. These ones are the ones that are angled. For blush, I'm using Storm, which is one of my favorite shades. Again, I'm just going to use a little bit. And the cloud paints, you can also mix and match a little bit, kind of depending on what shade you want to go for. You can actually create some really nice shades that way. And then for a highlighter, I'm using this one in Moonstone, which is the Haloscope. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is lips. So Glossier has 3 lip products currently. So they have their Gen G lipstick, which is kind of like their sheer matte lipstick, which is quite nice. I'm going to try to do a separate video swatching each of the products that I have because that is one of the requests that I get about these lip products. So the Gen G is like one of their original lip products. They reformulated a few years ago, but it's nice. They're sheer, they're matte, they're actually surprisingly comfortable even if they're matte, so I don't find them like super drying on the lips, but I still do usually apply like a balm before I apply the Gen G. Then on the total opposite end of the spectrum are their lip glosses. So I have this one, which it was a limited edition one. Actually, maybe they still have it, but it did come out last year during the holiday season. This one is supposed to be clear. It looks a little bit pink because I usually, put it on top of a Gen G lipstick sometimes. But these are, like I said, on the total opposite of the Gen G, in which that they are super glossy and super shiny. And then we have something in the middle, which is their Ultralip, which is similar packaging to the Gen G, but it is more of a satin kind of shiny lipstick. So not quite super glossy like the lip gloss, but not matte like the Gen G. It's like if those two had a love child, it would be this, which is the Ultralip. Because I'm going for a bit of a more monochromatic look, I am going to be layering the Gen G lipstick in Leo and then the Ultralip in Trench. They're very similar tones. They're brown. So I'm going to do that. I normally don't layer them, but just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you how they look. I do have a lip balm on. This is actually the coconutbalm.com. So this is Leo, very 90s brown. I'm just gonna put a bit of Trench over it. So that is Trench. So again, brown, but glossy. Before we finish, I forgot to do the brows, so I'm going to take the Brow Flick, which I'm not going to lie to you, I still don't know how to use. And then one of my top favorite Glossier products, which is the Boy Brow. I'm actually almost running out of this tube. Perfect timing, because I'm going to stock up during the Black Friday sale. Okay, so that is it for my full face of Glossier video, November 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. It's a very, like, natural monochromatic look. If you know anything about Glossier, you know that's kind of their vibe, is, you know, very no makeup kind of look, and I gravitate towards that a lot. That's like my preferred makeup look. You know, I usually achieve it not using totally all Glossier products, but I do use quite a few of their products. But I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. It's been a while since we have done a get ready with me. I'm also going to try to do some like Glossier dedicated videos, at least on the cloud paints and the lip products, because it's a video that I promised a year ago, so hopefully it's still relevant. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments about this video, about any of the products, my thoughts on them, leave me a comment and I will try to respond to you as quickly as possible. So if you have been interested in trying out Glossier products, again, not sponsored or anything, just kind of a public service announcement that usually during their Black Friday sales, you know, you get a really, really good deal on their products and their sets and their bundles. So it's kind of a perfect time to check their brand out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.